The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Welcome into the Sportsocracy, brought to you as always by wickedweedbrewing.com. This is the Buffalo Bills 3-round mock draft. Brian, if you were the GM of the Bills, what would you be looking to do come the end of April?
They're in a good position. They had a really good offseason. I think they have a few different needs. They have to figure out the running back situation. It didn't seem like Singletary or Moss were the answer last year. They did bring in Matt Breida on free agency. I don't really necessarily think he's an answer to that. I think he fits more in that zone running scheme that San Francisco is running. I think they need to find a tight end. They just think they were just strolling somebody out every single week, and it would be impressive. Cornerback, edge, or on defense is what I'm looking for them as well.
There are a lot of, to me, the Bills have one of the most rounded rosters in the NFL. So they're going to be able to add more luxury because there's not anything that they have to have for this to be, they don't have any glaring holes. I mean, there are things they could improve, but they don't have anything that we must attack with the 30th pick in the draft. That being said, with the 30th pick in the first round, the Buffalo Bills select Boogie Basham from Wake Forest. This is a guy that I am higher on than damn near everybody in this industry. And maybe, just maybe, that's because I've worked for the Tar Heel Radio Network for quite some time now. I've seen a lot of this guy. He's the only guy on the field when you watch Wake Forest tape, and still nobody can stop him. He goes from speed to power very well. I think he can play on the interior or on the outside. I think he would slot in nicely next to Ed Oliver, who did not have the greatest season last year, and would provide pass rush from the interior that Ed Oliver has so far not been able to provide.
Yeah, they did not get a lot of production as far as pass rushing goes from their edge personnel last year.
Jerry Hughes was still good.
Jerry Hughes is more of the linebacker. I'm actually saying actual edge, designated edge people, edge rushers themselves. Carlos Basham, someone who jumps out of the screen. I think, again, there you say we don't have any blaring needs. I think they can choose maybe the best player available for a similar need that they have. Carlos Basham was a 3-year starter. He's very athletic. He's got really good hands. He uses the tackle's momentum against them, and he gets right past them. And I really like this kid a lot. I do, too. I think he's shooting up the boards. It just seems like a perfect fit for Buffalo here.
I love Boogie Basham. I've said he's one of my favorite players in this draft. I've seen a lot of him, and I think he would be a great value at the back end of the first round. That's a guy that I think is going to go in the first round that no one's talking about. I see him every once in a while in this Buffalo, Kansas City, Tampa Bay range. I am convinced that when the scouts really have their voice heard, this is a guy they're going to be very high on. With their second round pick, I have them taking Eric Stokes, the cornerback out of Georgia. This is a guy that's really raw, but he has press experience. He's played in a pro-level style of offense. And I think in the right system, which is opposite Tre'Davious White, I think he can be a very valuable piece in the NFL.
Stokes can play inside or outside. He is a little bit raw. But I think this guy has an ability to be a starting cornerback in this league for a very long time. He played well in Georgia his final year there. He thinks hands before feet sometimes on the outside, which can get him into a little bit of trouble. But he improved his press coverage over the last year, and he definitely has the speed and the quickness to play in this league.
He is a little grabby. I would be lying to you if I said he wasn't. But I think his ability to play press, his ability to be scheme versatile, and the fact that he's just fast as hell is going to push him up boards, and I think he would be a good pick at the end of the second round. With their third round pick, I have them taking somebody they should be very familiar with. Jared Patterson, the running back out of Buffalo. I'm going to let you go on this, and then I'm going to say why I'm so high on this guy.
He is a bowling ball running back, and he broke all kinds of records. I think he rushed for 751 yards in a 2-week span or something crazy like that. He's not that. I don't think it was 2 weeks, 3-week span. He was absolutely insane. Jumped off the TV for his record-breaking ability. Listen, I love this kid because he's out to prove every single person wrong in this league, and he belongs in this league. I think if anybody's going to know about him, it's going to be Buffalo. I think they've had been scouting him for a while, and I think he could be a possible fit in there that doesn't necessarily need to jump in right away and be super productive, but someone within the next coming years can be an excellent running back in this league.
If he was 3 inches taller, I think he would be right there with Travis Etienne and Najee Harris. The ability to run zone with this kid is unbelievable. He cuts unlike any running back that I've seen in the last 5 years. When he puts his foot in the dirt, you can rest assured he's going to hit the hole and he's going to hit it aggressively. I love the tape on this kid. The NFL's getting to a point where you don't have to be that 5'11", 6 foot tall running back. These smaller guys have a role. I think they would like this guy with Zach Moss, with Devin Singletary. I think he's a different kind of runner than they are. Zach Moss is the bowling ball.
Right.
He's the big guy that, and now granted, I didn't say he was great at it last year. The Bills didn't run the ball well.
No.
But I think the reason for that is they had two running backs that did a lot of, even though they look different and their styles are different, they did a lot of the same things.
Right.
Jared Patterson is not that guy. This is a guy that can take the outside runs, zone, anything zone schemed is going to work nicely for him. I think he would be phenomenal in Buffalo. And as I have said before, do not underestimate the role that comes with players that you've seen a lot of. Buffalo is obviously very close to Buffalo. You didn't have the ability to see a lot of guys in the stadium this year. Jared Patterson's a guy that I'm sure the Buffalo Bills are very familiar with.
Right.
And he's going to go higher than you think. I just tell you, there are a lot of teams that are interested in this kid. I don't give a damn what you see in mock drafts or rankings or anything like that.
Right.
This kid's going to go higher than you think he is because the tape was incredibly impressive, and a lot of teams think he can be more versatile in the NFL than he was in college.
Awesome.
This has been the Buffalo Bills 3-round mock draft live from the Wicked Weed Studios in the Sportsocracy. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Brian Haynes. Be sure to click the beer icon in the bottom right-hand corner so you'll know every time we go live, including 9 a.m. every weekday morning in the Sportsocracy. As always, we're brought to you by Wicked Weed Brewing, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different.